Guys, today I'm going to talk about a fun and exciting science book called Horrible Science Shocking Electricity by Nick Arnold. This book is very different from normal science textbooks because it explains electricity using humor, cartoons, strange experiments, and shocking facts. It makes a difficult topic feel simple and interesting. So the book begins by explaining what electricity actually is. So electricity is the movement of tiny particles called electrons. These electrons move through wires and create electric current, which powers things like lights, fans, television, and mobile phones. The book shows that electricity is all around us and is an important part of our daily life. It then talks about how people first discovered electricity. Long ago, the ancient Greeks noticed that when amber was rubbed, it could attract small things like feathers. This was static electricity. The book connects this to modern examples like getting a small shock after touching a metal object. These examples make the idea easy to understand and fun to remember. The book also introduces some strange and brave scientists who work with electricity. One famous scientist mentioned is Benjamin Franklin, who flew a kite during a storm to prove that lightning is a form of electricity. Another scientist, Louis Galvani, discovered that electricity could make dead frog legs twitch, which helps scientists learn how electricity affects muscles. These stories show that science can be dangerous, exciting, and sometimes a little crazy. Next, the book explains electric currents and circuits. Electricity flows only when a circuit is complete. If the circuit is broken, the electricity stops flowing and devices stop working. The book clearly explains conductors and insulators, showing that metals allow electricity to pass through them, while materials like plastic and rubber do not. These ideas are explained using funny drawings instead of boring diagrams and definitions. The book also warns us about the dangerous side of electricity. Electricity can be very harmful if it is not used carefully. Strong electric currents can cause serious injuries and even death. The book talks about electrical chairs, lightning strikes, and unsafe experiments to remind readers that electricity must be treated with respect. Another interesting part of this book explains how electricity is produced in power stations. Electricity can be generated using coal. Another interesting part of the book explains how electricity is produced in power stations. Electricity can be generated using coal, water, wind, or nuclear energy. From power stations, electricity travels through wires and transformers to reach our homes, schools, and cities. The book helps us understand how much we depend on electricity in modern life. In the end, Horrible Science, Shocking Electricity is an entertaining and educational book that makes learning about electricity enjoyable. It helps readers understand how electricity works, where it comes from, and why it can be both useful and dangerous. The book proves that science does not have to be boring. It can be shocking, funny, and unforgettable. Thank you.